What's happening, guys? Chris VA Travels back down here in Petersburg, city about 20-25 miles south of Richmond off the Appomattox River, and I'm going to visit Ragland Mansion, Italianate home built down here back in 1856 by Reuben Ragland. He was an entrepreneur. His family descends from Welsh nobility. They're related to the Tudor family. So I guess technically he's a descendant of Virginia's namesake, Queen Elizabeth I. And we're here off of Sycamore Street. A lot of historic homes around here in the Poplar Lawn district. And I made a video of Poplar Lawn not too far from here. Get a good look at it. Okay, there you go, Ragland Mansion, and now serves as a bed and breakfast. It's been a bed and breakfast since 1998. So this is almost a perfect example of Italianate architecture. Except most, they usually have a stuccoed facade. This one's made with brick. Looks like maybe pressed brick. And yeah, these things, they're easy to spot. They're usually cube-shaped buildings. Not always, but almost always, they've got the kind of squared cupola up top. They always have distinct brackets. This one's got dual brackets under the cornice. They usually almost always have those tall arched windows. And all right, so this thing's got some Corinthian columns holding up the portico. You've got some tripartite windows on the first floor flanking the front door. Wrought iron fence surrounding it. And you've got it kind of keystoned arches on those top left and right windows. And it's looking like the egg and dark pattern on the crown above the middle left and right windows. So yeah, very fine looking home. And I'm gonna go in, hopefully they let me film inside. This serves as a bed and breakfast, like I say, so a lot of times they will let you film. And pretty nice looking church. Before I go inside, let me just walk over here. This is the Trinity Methodist Church. I'll just walk over here real quick. Ionic columns right there, nice pediment. The medallions wrapping around. And nice bell tower up there. I wonder if there's an actual bell. A lot of nowadays have speakers instead of bells. Can't quite tell, but yeah, nice cross up there too. Pretty impressive church. You see some add-ons in the back, but this Poplar Lawn district, once all the railroad junctions, that's what Petersburg, what really blew it up, all the train stations, railroad junctions down here, and yeah, it brought a lot of money to the city. And this Poplar Lawn district kind of became the suburbs at the time, and a lot of nice houses were built here. Oh, big disappointment, no filming inside. I couldn't take pictures either. And normally with these bed and breakfasts, they allow you to do so, but yeah, I was geared up to make an epic video. But they did only have the first floor on display, so I guess it really wouldn't have been a full tour. This is a solarium right there. And what stood out most is the plasterwork, the medallions, the cornices. Very impressive. And they have 12 altogether marble fireplaces. Those were really nice. Parquet floors. And yeah, some nice Victorian furniture. And the upper, like I say, it's a bed and breakfast at the upper level. The upper 3 levels are, yeah, all rooms you couldn't visit. So let me just wrap around, take a look at the other side. All right, so yeah, like I say, I'll wrap around, take a look at the other side, but to let you know, this thing is 10,000 square feet. Alexander Hamilton lived here, not the Alexander Hamilton, but a railroad magnate named Alexander Hamilton. And then also actor Joseph Cotton lived here. He's from Freedom. Oh, his family lived here. He's from Petersburg. He was in Citizen Kane. Kind of a hyphen right here connecting the building around back. And pretty tall chimney right there. So I thought that was an egg and dart pattern on the crown, but okay, there it is on that egg and dart right there. As I wrap around, I'll also tell you that General Pershing, World War I fame, stayed here because at one time this house was used as an officers club for the nearby Fort Lee. Also let you know that it's modeled after Villa Lante, L-A-N-T-E, over in Italy. That was built back in 1586. This, okay, yeah, more add-ons back there, back of that solarium, and kind of a hodgepodge of add-ons, it looks like. Oh, and this at one time had some stained glass windows, and I think you can see the frame. That window almost looks like it was a porch, door that walked onto a porch maybe. But it looks like a stained glass, or maybe there's just designs in there. Kind of can't totally tell. Yeah, so there you go. Very impressive house. You could use a paint job, a little bit of fixing up, but yeah, pretty nice. All right, so since this is a short one, I guess I'm going to turn this video into just kind of some historic homes in Petersburg. Like I say, I'm on the garden tour, so on to the next site. And I will say, thankfully, today isn't as busy as when I was in Leesburg yesterday. That was madness. So, yeah, looks like I'm going to have an easier time today. Oh, and right next door to Ragland is the old Petersburg Public Library, also known as the William McKinney Library. Here's a little write-up you can pause and read. It was built in 1896 by John Dodson. He was a prominent lawyer and a mayor in Petersburg. And then Billy Mahone lived in the house. He was a railroad magnate. And in 1923, it was given to the city of Petersburg to be used as a library. And it was segregated for decades until there was a big sit-in. And you can pause and read. In 1960, several African American ministers led an effort to desegregate the main level. And Martin Luther King has been down here as well. So, yeah. Old library, it's got some historic significance, and you can tell this is also the Italianate architecture. Yeah, tall arched windows, the bracteate cornice, so Corinthian columns right there again. So yeah, so many fine buildings, but unfortunately they're not in very good shape. And anyway, so my next site is down a block or two. Okay, so just walking by this Trinity Church. Well, that's what the bell sounds like. Pretty neat. Oh wow, here we are. Wow, pretty impressive.
That's a random bell.
Wow, look at this painting. Wow, 1836. And this bell was hung in the old Union Street Methodist Church and called the First General Conference, May of 1846. Pretty neat. Oh, I saw this picture just a minute ago. And what is this? Okay, service roll. All right, a couple of displays here in the back of the church. This gentleman looking over the city. Laying the cornerstone, 1921. Oh wow, there it is being built.
All the swells are out. Everybody's got their little hat on. Okay, here we are, Tidewater area. And there's Powhatan's kind of headquarters. Oh, there's the first Spanish mission, Jesuit mission, 1570.
Who was one that owned
They tried to bring Christianity to the natives. They came with no conquistadors. And let's just say that didn't work out. Anyway, cool. All right, so this is it for the Trinity Church.
Another nice old house. And I'm gonna come back down here, do a walkthrough. Here's the Cameron Foundation. And I've seen this house in books before. I'm gonna come back down here, do some research beforehand and make a video going down some of these streets. There are just so many historic buildings. Yeah, all have these nice wrought iron fences. A lot of bracketing going on around here. Oh wow, look at this one. Okay, so this is it. The Augustus Wright House, built in 1890, obvious Victorian home, cross-gabled. Look at that dormer up there. Pretty neat, pretty steep pitched roof. Kind of an odd, typical asymmetrical Victorian home. Just kind of random porches all around. Random chimneys sticking out. Yeah, pretty nice. So I'm gonna go inside. I know they're not gonna let me film, so, but then I'll walk the grounds afterwards. So, oh, here we are. Looks like Poplar Lawn right over here. And that famous Pocahontas Basin is back there. Oh, they had the water fountain going. I was down here a few weeks ago, did a little tour of Poplar Lawn. The water fountain wasn't turned on, and there's that Pocahontas Pocahontas Basin, kind of over on the other side of the fountain. Anyway, okay, check this out. Gilded little kind of design up here, a couple little angels or cherubs, kind of urn there in the middle. Pretty neat little sea scrolls. All right, well, just let you get a good shot. Sun's hitting it. Actually, I'm going to take some pictures and then go inside. Another funky, a couple of these funky dormers on this side. And I guess I won't go through this spiel about Poplar Lawn, but a lot of activity went on here. Very large house. I believe it's almost 6,000 square feet. And is this an outbuilding or a separate building? I don't know. Yeah, I took the house tour. That was actually more impressive than Ragland. And I can tell you that Ragland was actually used as a preschool not too long ago, the lady inside was telling me. But, oh wow, okay. Yeah, those dormers are wrapping all around. But yeah, very impressive in there. They had, I guess they were world travelers, but they had a Roman sculpture of what it looked like Julius Caesar. They had Asian, Egyptian artwork, some medieval artwork. Yeah, that was definitely a nice tour of the inside. And I can see why they don't want you to take pictures. Some pretty expensive stuff in there. But back here, this is a carriage house. And another asymmetrical building. And, oh yeah, so to kind of give you the history on this, I'll let you know that this was also the first house in Petersburg to have electricity. So, and they had the cool old like light switches, which was pretty neat. But it was built in 1890, obviously Victorian architecture by Augustus Wright. He was a German immigrant. He was also a shoe salesman and a banker, and that's where he got his money. I think I can walk around this way, get this shot of the other side of the house. Okay, so wrapping around, plenty of windows over here. I guess they valued that sunlight, pre-electricity. More of those dormers, almost swoops up kind of a sort of like a mansard roof. Gable over there. More of those kind of eyebrow crowns above the windows. Kind of neat little scroll there on the corner. There's one on the other side where that belt cuts across. Yeah, very, very nice, very impressive house. All right, so I'll just walk this little boxwood maze. Pretty well manicured. Cool little fountain right here. And again, a million windows on this thing. All right, pretty nice property. I don't know if I mentioned, the architect was Harrison Waite, and apparently he's noted in the architecture world, and he also designed the house over here. Unfortunately, a nice iron fence wrapping around this one, but I'll just show it to you real quick on my way to the next house. And oh wow, okay, so Queen Anne going on, or it's almost Richardsonian Romanesque, but that tower kind of says Queen Anne, that cone over there. Yeah, nice building. Yeah, I'm going with Queen Anne, not Richardsonian Romanesque. Cool little keystone right there. Some tall windows. Some giant crepe myrtles providing some pretty nice shade. Yeah, again, okay. That'd be a really relaxing place to hang out in the shade there on the porch. Yeah, I guess since I'm here, okay. Row houses right over here. Yeah, it's kind of neat when you look at these houses, you know the time period. You know if it's Italianate, it was going to be built in the 1850s and the 1860s. Victorian, obviously late 1800s. If it's Queen Anne, it's probably going to be in the 1890s. All right, I'm on my way to the Syme Pollard house, and I just thought I'd run over here just to show off this fountain, this neat fountain that goes back to 1955. Over here in the middle of Poplar Lawn, there's that Pocahontas basin. Very nice cedar right there. As I cut through the park, just to tell you again, I mentioned all this in my video of Poplar Lawn from a few weeks ago. War of 1812, a bunch of troops mustered up here to head up to the Canadian border. And Petersburg is known as the Cockade City. And let you know, Petersburg, founded in 1784, and its two towns had merged, Blandford and Ravencroft. And this Poplar Lawn was kind of the area in between the two towns. Also, this was Chief Powhatan area, and he gifted this land to Pocahontas and John Rolfe after they had gotten married. So, yeah, a little history on the area. And Petersburg Sheriff Department over here, so they've got a few things going on. Kind of funny, I get a lot of odd, suspicious looks. For one, because I'm walking around talking to a camera, but also I kind of don't fit in. And yeah, it's usually a lot of older women here. And Historic Poplar Lawn Association. And okay, there's a little yeah, there's a little fountain over there in the park. So here we are. A little sky blue clapboard house, 3-bay, kind of basic portico right there. And let me go inside and check this place out. Alright, so finished the tour. I was hoping I would see maybe the cannonball in the fireplace, but didn't happen. Anyway, so this back porch is an add-on, and you can see the original wall, the original back door going inside. But yeah, some pretty nice pieces in there. There were several nice veneered desks. I don't know if they kind of collect them, but there were 3 or 4 that were really nice. There was a nice Asian vase in there. A couple cool tapestries on the walls. And oddly, this thing's about 4,000 square feet, and there were only 2 bedrooms upstairs. But yeah, big 12-foot ceilings. And yeah, pretty nice home. So yeah, I'll show you just the little pretty cool hinges right there. Pretty cool little matching garage. I'll just walk around the grounds real quick. Okay, well, there's nothing back there. Flamingos. There you go. Okay. Nice shaded spot to hang out. Okay, so that's it for the Pollard house. And yeah, nice houses all around, like I say. And what does that sign say? Historic Petersburg, a nice place to live. Okay, before I get out of here, I guess, yeah, I should give you some history. Alright, so Greek Revival style home. Looks kind of basic to me, but yeah, it was built back in 1842 by Andrew Syme, S-Y-M-E. 1857, it was sold to Captain John Pollard. His great-grandfather was the late Petersburg judge Oliver Buddy Pollard. And Captain Pollard owned the house until his death in 1864. One kind of interesting note, during the big siege of Petersburg, the parlor was struck by a Union cannonball in the fireplace, like I was mentioning. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it, but yeah, a little bit of history to the house. Pretty nice home. I wouldn't have guessed it. It went back to 1842, but anyway, yeah, nice home. Oh yeah, actually, while I'm here, let me go look at those little kind of kiosks they have set up, see what's going on. Okay, a little tulip poplar over here. So you can always tell with these duck feet. Again, Victorian style home. This thing has some Scamozzi ionic columns. You'll see the little columns flayed out 45-degree angle. Pretty fancy. Fluted columns. Pretty neat bay window up there. All right, let me walk over. And yeah, today ended up being a perfect day. So, all right, so this is going to be the last stop. This is going to be the No Art Studio, and there's a train display in there. And the guy putting on the train display is the same guy who currently owns the Pollard house I was just at. Yeah, so just a Queen Anne style home circa 1900, and it's currently just being used to house an art studio and that train display. And that train display is supposed to mimic the tracks that were laid, and it's supposed to model what it looked like between 1900 and 1960. So it should be pretty neat. I'm gonna go check it out. We're underneath this big maple. All right, last stop.
Cool. All right, so here's the train display. Petersburg. You got the Piggly Wiggly right here. St. Joseph Catholic Church. And the Fort Lee train station right there. Some men in uniform, pretty cool. Good detail. And yeah, you local Petersburg residents will recognize some of these buildings. Here we go. Looks like that's going into the other room. So neat. All right, so a better shot of Petersburg. I'm not that familiar with the city, so I can't tell you what everything is, but I see a big theater over there. Looks like they're showing Gone with the Wind. City Hall. Wrap around over here. Old music store. And Dugans, it looks like that was probably a popular joint. Yeah, pretty nice setup.
All right, that wraps up my tour of historic homes in the Poplar Lawn District down here in Petersburg. There's a lot more to see, so like I said, I'll definitely be back down. Anyway, see you on the next one.